Well, this is how to do a toilet repair. What was happening was it was leaking from this part right here. Well, this goes through to this bolt right here. That's the same bolt. Now, as you can see, I've already done some work. First of all, just troubleshooting where the leak was coming from, and it appeared that it was coming from this bolt. Secondly, looking around on YouTube, trying to figure out what to do. And what it appears that needs to be done is a tank to bowl, or as my brother says, tank to pot, gasket replacement. And I don't know if you can see it, that underneath that bolt there is a rubber washer, and those wear out. Sometimes the bolts rust. These really don't appear to be rusted. My other tank, it is. So first of all, turn off that water. And I would suggest that before you do anything, that you're very aware of where your water turnoff is for your house. That way, if something really starts leaking, you can get it turned off. And not only that you're aware of where it is, but that you can actually turn it off. I know personally my hands sometimes are not strong enough to do things. So, next is to, once you have this turned off, you flush the tank, empty the tank as much as you can, and then I used a large sponge to soak up any remaining water that was inside the tank and to try to get it as dry as possible. Now, also, a lot of times you're going to have, depending on what kind of setup you have here for your turn-off mechanism, there might be some water come out of this thing. So just be prepared with towels or to go straight to the sink to empty out any water that may remain inside. Now, there is a gasket that's down inside here that sits between this tank and the bowl. So it sits down in between here. So that appears to also probably be leaking because there's just a very slight leak that's been happening around the base here. I'm really hoping that it's not the wax ring, which is down here at the very bottom at the floor. I don't think it is because of how slight it is, and when the water's turned off, this stays dry. So now I'm going to lift this bowl or this tank. Well, what I've done already is I have removed, there were wing nuts on this bolt right here, and I've already taken them off. There was wing nut, washer, and rubber rings there at the bottom, which just these pieces basically help the tank keep from rocking, keeps it sturdy. And so I'm going, now that I've got those off, now I'm going to take the tank off of the bowl and turn it upside down. One moment. Okay, so we got it turned upside down, and here you can see, also I had to undo this before I moved the tank also. So some of them have 3 bolts. This one only has 2. Okay, so now looking underneath here, we can see that this is it is worn because it's not, there's not the same type of seal all the way around. So this has to be removed. That has to be removed. And so then we're going to clean this all up and put the new parts on.